So welcome back to another video. Today we are looking at question 1235, maximum profit and job scheduling. The way we'll be approaching this problem is by using dynamic programming. But before we actually start doing dynamic programming, we need to be able to sort the array. So there are three arrays that are given to us: start time, end time, and profit, right? And to be able to sort them according to, like, let's say even start time or end time, we need to be able to create like a singular array. So what we'll do is we'll initialize an array of the same size and store all of the information in one array. So let's call it n equals start time dot length, and then int all jobs is new int. You create the same size, but it's a 2D array, and we'll create that of size 3 so that we can store start time, end time, and profit. So for int I equals 0, I less than n, you keep incrementing I, right? So it would be all jobs of I of 0 would be equal to, let's store the start time there. And then let's grab I. And then we grab the profit. Cool. So once we have this, right, we need to sort this. And how do we want to sort this? So the way that I've decided to do this is by actually using the end time. And the reason why we are using the end time is because anytime you're looking at like the next time something is supposed to start, it's a lot easier to do it with like end time rather than sorting it with start and then searching for the appropriate end. So when you sort it by end, all you can do is, okay, it ends at this particular time. We can look at the immediate next start to see if that makes sense. But if you sort it by starting time, you might have to skip it like multiple times and see, okay, so the start time and the end time, they still need to be either before or after. But if you do just end time, you can just check with end and start. So that's the reason why we'll be sorting by the end time. So arrays.sort, the array that you're sorting is all jobs. For given two elements, you need to sort it by end time. So we'll do, and in the incrementing order, so it'll be a of 1 minus b of 1, right? So this sorts all of the jobs by end time, and then what we need to do is actually go through all of the jobs, right? So once we have the jobs, we also need a tree map that will keep a track of what was the last job that ended, like what was the end time, and what was the maximum profit that we earned up until that point. So let's call it DP, since we are using it as a DP data structure, right? And then just to clarify, let's keep this. So this tree map stores end time with profit till given end time. Right, so since it's not really profit till given end time. Okay, awesome. So once we have that set up, so let's say for the given job, right? Let's get dp dot floor value, I think. No, floor entry of job of 0 dot get value, right, plus job of 2. So what exactly is this? So int current profit. So what exactly are we doing here? So we're iterating through all of jobs, and then we're saying, hey, for a given job, get the last job that could have been finished. So basically, what does that mean? So floor entry means get something that is less than or equal to the given value. So we're saying, give me something that we have finished that is less than or equal to the start time of the current job, and get me the value of that. So what is the profit up until when we have finished that job, and we'll add a profit to that, right? And if the current profit if it is greater than dp dot last entry target value. So what exactly is this doing? So here we're checking. Here we're trying to get the last value. So basically, tree maps, the way they store the values is in incrementing order, unless and until you actually specify that it has to be in decreasing order. So last entry basically means give us the last entry, as in like the last job that ended, the maximum end time that we have seen, and get the value for that. And if the profit that we have calculated is greater, that means you actually need to add that. So it would be dp.put, you add the end time, job of 1, the end time, and then the current profit. So why are we adding only if this condition holds? So since we're actually incrementing through all of the jobs in incrementing end time, and if the value that we have seen so far, right? So there are two cases here. The two cases are either the end time that we're seeing for the current job is greater than the last job that we've seen, or it is equal to, right? So in either of the cases, if the end time is same or greater than, so since we have sorted it in increasing order, if the end time is greater than or equal to the last entry and the current profits are more, that means we don't really care about the other entries at all, and we put this. However, if the current profit, like if this was switched, right? So let's just actually write that down so that we understand completely. If this was switched, if the current profit is less than dp.last entry target value, what are we saying? We don't really care, because this means that we're looking at a job that has the end point which is less than, which is greater than or equal to. That means we're ending the jobs later, but the profit is still less. So we don't really care about that. So we only update the value, not even update the value, like put in the value if the current profit that we're earning is greater than the last value that we've seen. And the only reason why the last entry here works is because we have sorted out the jobs in the by end times, and we're actually putting the end time within the dp value, right? And in the end, we just need to return the last value. So return dp dot last entry dot get value. So that should give us a solution. Now let's try compiling this. Oh right, double 2D array. Let's try again. Obviously. So dot get value. Oh, okay. So the reason why this is complaining is because there are no values at all at the beginning. So just to have like default values, we'll just put dp dot put 0 0. So basically what that means is that the end time is 0, as in like, okay, we haven't really done anything and the profit is 0. So let's try that again. Okay, so the first few test cases are okay. Everything else is okay as well. Awesome. So let's talk about the space and time complexity of the entire solution. The time complexity of the entire solution is n log n, because we are sorting the array here. And the space complexity is O of n, since we are creating like a new array and using a tree map to store all of the data. Awesome. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. I would really, really appreciate that. It definitely keeps me motivated to make more videos. Thanks so much, and I'll see you folks on the next video.